Hello and welcome to this Friday morning as we join together on the final day of March. I hope you've had a good week and we are continuing our journey through the book of Job. We are now onto our penultimate purple square, just the 1st of April tomorrow to complete our purple journey through Lent, heading into Holy Week with Palm Sunday on Sunday. And we are also heading into the final 10 chapters of the book of Job. We've made it through 32 so far. This is chapter 33. And just when you thought it was kind of calming down, when the first three of the comforters stopped talking, I must admit Job must have been quite pleased about that. Then he went silent after having said quite a lot to God and setting out his position and where he was and how he felt. And now, out of nowhere came Elihu, a younger and quite overconfident, perhaps is a good word to say, comforter, who spoke first of all to the comforters, telling them how rubbish they were and how much better he was, even though he said that he doesn't have an overconfidence. But I mean, I think the proof's in the pudding, really. We'll see. But anyway, today Elihu turns to Job and begins to speak to him. So let's see what Elihu, in his youth and exuberance and confidence, what it is that Elihu has to say to Job. Let's find out. Elihu says this to Job. Job, listen to me. Pay close attention. Everything I will say is true and sincere, just as surely as the Spirit of God all-powerful gave me breath of life. Now line up your arguments and prepare to face me. We each were made from clay, and God has no favourites, so don't be afraid of me or what I might do. I have heard you argue that you are innocent, guilty of nothing. You claim that God has made you his enemy, that he has bound your feet and blocked your path. But Job, you are wrong. God is greater than any human, so why do you challenge God to answer you? God speaks in different ways, and we don't always recognise his voice. Sometimes in the night he uses terrifying dreams to give us warnings. God does this to make us turn from sin and pride and to protect us from being swept away to the world of the dead. Sometimes we are punished with a serious illness and aching joints. Merely the thought of our favourite food makes our stomachs sick, and we become so skinny that our bones stick out. We feel death and the grave taking us in their grip. One of 1,000 angels then comes to our rescue by saying we are innocent. The angel shows kindness, commanding death to release us because the price was paid. Our health is restored, we feel young again, and we ask God to accept us. Then we joyfully worship God, and we are rewarded because we are innocent. When that happens, we tell everyone, I sinned and I did wrong, but God forgave me and rescued me from death. Now I will see the light. God gives each of us chance after chance to be saved from death and brought into the light that gives life. So Job, pay attention and don't interrupt, though I would gladly listen to anything you say that proves you are right. Otherwise listen in silence to my wisdom. That's the end of chapter 33. I'm afraid the bad news for Job is that Elihu continues tomorrow. He's got a lot more to say, and it's not really comforting, is it? There's a lot of logic in what Elihu speaks, and it's something that we can still say today. And you know, as you look back at the Old Testament and you see how God did indeed kind of try to bring back the people of God by punishing them, by sending them into exile and doing all of those things. But yet that isn't really where Job is. Job isn't in that position where he has turned away from God. Job was always with God and always worshipped God and praised God. So he's not being punished because of that. That's not what's happened. Yet Elihu can't see that at all. Elihu just looks at the situation and doesn't really look at Job as a person or Job in his situation. And I don't really think he'd listened to what Job has had to say like we have over the last few weeks. But Elihu just wants to speak out, and he really likes the sound of his own voice, doesn't he? Just putting forward these logical arguments rather than really coming alongside Job and understanding with any empathy at all where he is. So more to say has Elihu. Come and join me tomorrow. He's this swollen wineskin that we heard of the other day. It certainly burst and he is speaking, and the words are flowing out. So come and see what Elihu has to say tomorrow as we do our final Purple Day on the Saturday before Palm Sunday. Come and join me then. Have a great day today. All the very best. God bless. Bye bye.